All right, welcome into Tiger Den Sports. I'm your host, Jason Darcy, also known as the Blind Tiger. And in today's show, we're going to be talking about LSU football schedule preview. I haven't done one since the schedule has been released, so I figured today is the best day to do it before fall camp begins. Um, in upcoming shows, I'm going to do some fall camp previews. We're going to preview each position for LSU football. In each show, we could do quarterbacks, running backs, and all that type of stuff, and go through who might start, who might be backups, all those types of things. So, y'all subscribe up to the channel, hit the notification bell so y'all don't miss when I go live. I will be trying to go live around 2 o'clock every day talking about LSU. So, y'all don't want to miss it. So, today is LSU football schedule preview, the 2024 schedule. And first up, oh, wait, before I get into the first game, I had my wife look at the schedule with me before the show, and we both came up with our predictions before the show started. So I'll give you her predictions as well. She's basically my producer and a great wife to be doing this. So, first game is what, baby? Okay. I believe it's LSU versus USC, if I'm correct. And LSU versus USA is in Las Vegas. I love how LSU opens up with a big game first, get all the kinks out, all that type of stuff. Sometimes it doesn't work out in LSU's favor, like last year against Florida State. LSU played a horrible game last year, but still could have won it if they would have made a field goal. But anyway, LSU versus USC. Both teams have great offenses. They both have two new starting quarterbacks. LSU has Garrett Nussmeier, who's been there for 5 years, or this is his fourth year. He has some starts under his belt, but I'm excited to see what he can do at LSU. LSU's going to have a potent offense once again. It's just going to look a little different. LSU's defense is what's concerning. We don't know what we have until the first game. We did hire Blake Baker, so I believe LSU defense will be a little better. USC, on the other hand, lost Caleb Williams, and they have a new quarterback as well. So I don't think their offense is going to be as good as it was, but they still have Lincoln Riley, who's a great offensive-minded coach. But their defense has been horrible under Lincoln Riley forever. Lincoln Riley never had a great defense. They did fire Alex Grinch and hired another defensive coordinator. So we'll see if that helps out. But it should be a little bit high-scoring game. So let's see. You want to go first with your prediction? And my wife says LSU is going to win. What was it? 30-26. Not a bad score. That could happen. It's going to be a close game. I also said LSU will win. And my prediction was what? 38-30. That's my prediction for USC and LSU. LSU wins 38-30. So y'all leave me a comment below. Let me know what y'all think that score will be. And we'll get on to the next game. And the second game of the season is LSU versus Nicholls. Not much to say about this game. LSU should dominate. I'm not even going to talk much about them. Nicholls is not in LSU's league. Not even close. They're undersized, all that type of stuff. So let's just get into the prediction for this one, what you said. And my wife says LSU loses. I'm just picking. She said that LSU wins. She said LSU wins 45-22. And what was my score? And my score was LSU wins 41-13. It should be a blowout and an easy game. Hopefully, that's coming off of a win versus USC. So 41-13 is my prediction versus the Nicholls Colonels. Y'all leave me a comment saying what y'all think. Colonels, I think. Yeah, I believe so. And so leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think the score will be. and if we have good predictions. Next game. An LSU third game is at South Carolina. Shane Beamer does have South Carolina moving in the right direction, but it's South Carolina. They don't have Spencer Rattler no more. I mean, you can't really name too many people on their team, too many players on their team that is really elite. Shane Beamer is a good coach, but it's South Carolina. I think LSU going up to South Carolina, it's going to be a not an easy game, but a game that they should win. So, what was your score? And my wife's score, well, let's call her Crystal because her name is Crystal. Crystal says, what? 32-26. Yeah, it is raining. It's raining over here. But yeah, so she says LSU wins 32-26. Close game. What did I say? And I said LSU should win 34-24. Not a super easy win, but a win nonetheless. If you notice, LSU should be able to score over 30 points a game very easily with the offense they have. So South Carolina, LSU wins 34-24. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all predictions is for that game as well. Next game. And LSU plays UCLA at home this season. I love UCLA coming to Tiger Stadium. They have not seen anything like it. Yes, they might play in this famous Rose Bowl, but nobody cares. Nobody goes to the game. They might have 20,000 people in the stands, and nobody cares. They only care if there's a bowl game being played there. UCLA got a new coach. Chip Kelly left to take the offensive coordinator job at Ohio State. That tells you everything you have to know right there with Chip Kelly leaving as a head coach to be an offensive coordinator. There was nothing he could do at UCLA to turn them around. They are who they are. It's a California team that nobody cares about. So Deshaun Foster took over. I don't think LSU should have much trouble with UCLA. So what's the score you had, Crystal? And LSU wins 30-20, according to Crystal. And what was mine? And my score was LSU wins 37-21 in a pretty much a blowout. So let me know what y'all score for that game is in the comments below. What's the next game? And the next game, South Alabama at home in Tiger Stadium. Now, before I get to South Alabama, let's talk. Yeah, that's good. Let's talk about this real quick. LSU did make upgrades for Tiger Stadium this season. They added new scoreboard, new video boards, LED lighting. They're going to have light shows. It's going to be a new experience for people that's never been, or for the older folks that been going their whole life. It's going to be a new experience. So I hope y'all enjoy that. Trying to keep up with the times. Pretty much every stadium's doing it to attract recruits, fans, all that type of stuff. So glad LSU's updating the stadium. So LSU plays South Alabama. South Alabama's not a horrible team. They win enough games, but I don't think they should have any trouble with LSU. I think LSU should dominate South Alabama big time. I think South Alabama's running back went to the draft this past year, so they don't have that running back. I forget the name. I can't remember. But anyway, but I don't think LSU should have any trouble. I'm waiting for Crystal to get back to read me my score I put. I don't remember what it is. So, yeah, South Alabama.
You said 45-20.
Okay, what you said? 46-22. And Crystal says LSU wins 46-22. And I said LSU wins 45-20. Pretty much another blowout, another easy win. At this point in the season, I think me and Crystal both have LSU going 5-0. I think that was the 5th game, if I'm not mistaken. So at this point, it's 5-0. LSU wins 45-20. Y'all let me know in the comments below what y'all think the score might be. And before we move on to the next game, y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so y'all don't miss when we go live here on Tiger Den Sports. And if y'all just a college football fan, here on Tiger Den Sports, we cover all LSU sports, like LSU football, LSU baseball, some LSU basketball, but it's mainly LSU football and LSU baseball. Do a lot of live streams. But if you just love college football in general, you love the news about all other teams, I do have another channel. It's a college football channel called 5-Star CFB. It's the number 5-Star CFB. Y'all can subscribe over to that channel. We just created it, so hopefully you can find it. I'm also on Twitter at Tiger Den Sports, where I do all LSU. And then I have another Twitter page called 5-Star CFB. So y'all can follow me over on all those accounts, and hope to see you there. So next game. Ole Miss. Now, at home. LSU did lose to Ole Miss last year. Lane Kiffin, huh? What you say? Uh-huh. My wife said that's right. You like Ole Miss? Well, traitor. What y'all think I should do with her? She likes Ole Miss.
I like Ole Miss. I just like to see people aggravated.
Uh-huh. She likes to aggravate me. That's what that is. But yeah, so LSU lost to Ole Miss last season in a I forget what the score was, but I think LSU just lost by a few points. But anyway, LSU does have Ole Miss at home. I think it's going to be another high-scoring game. Any game with Lane Kiffin is going to be a high-scoring game. He always has great offenses. His defense gives up a lot of points, but he did add a lot of transfers this offseason, so it's going to be a tough game. But LSU does have Ole Miss at home. So I believe that LSU does eke out a win here. But let's see what the scores were. What you said?
I said that LSU was going to lose 36-40.
Okay. Crystal says LSU loses to Ole Miss at home 36-40. Y'all tell me what y'all think about her picking that. I would like to know in the comments. And what did I say? It is a realistic thing. Okay.
LSU can't win every game.
Oh, she said LSU cannot win every game,
I
fans.
mean, they could,
Uh-huh.
but I mean, the chances of that happening are like.
Uh-huh. Okay. And what was my score?
You said 47-44.
All right. I say LSU wins by a field goal, 47-44. And I gave LSU the win here because they do have Ole Miss at home. They do have a great kicker. So I believe LSU will eke out a win here against Ole Miss because they have them at home. So y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think the score will be. And let's go on to the next team.
Okay, but before you move on.
Okay, what about it? What's the question?
Do you honestly think that based on LSU and their schedule and what they do you honestly think that they can win every single game this season? Like, what is has any team ever just actually played a game and won every game of the season? Like, is that even?
Yes. Yes. Okay. My wife just asked me. I don't know if y'all can hear her because I have my microphone here. Not sure if it's picking her up in the background. But she just asked me, is it a realistic possibility that a team can win every game they play? What would y'all like me to tell her? Because she's married to me, an LSU fan, basically an LSU media member who covers LSU, and she doesn't know that in 2019, LSU went undefeated and won a national championship.
And I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying, how often does that happen?
It doesn't happen like
Okay,
all the time.
okay, so I mean, you have to be realistic.
Okay, so that was the question. I just told her, so hopefully she remembers that. But yeah, so LSU did go undefeated in 2019 and won a national championship. And there's a few other teams that did it. So she was just asking if it was realistic. So answer her question. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. And next game, they play Arkansas at Arkansas. Now Arkansas has a horrible team. They had KJ Jefferson's no longer there. Every year Arkansas has pretty much a horrible team. They don't win many games. Sam Pittman, I think, is a great coach, but he's a coach at Arkansas. You're not getting top recruits. I don't care if you have NIL money. You're not going to get all the top recruits. Nobody wants to go play in Arkansas. But for some reason, LSU always plays Arkansas close every year. There was a 13-10 game that I can remember recently. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. LSU should win this game. And what we said.
I said 22-16.
Okay. Crystal says LSU wins 22-16. Sounds about right. Close game. And what did I say? And I said 28-17. So close game, but without KJ Jefferson, I think LSU can win by 10 points. So with that being said, y'all leave a comment. Let me know what the score for Arkansas will be. At this point, I have LSU, I believe, at 7-0. She has LSU at 6-1. Y'all let me know at this point in the schedule, where do y'all think LSU will be? All right, next game. This is at Texas A&M. Now, Crystal likes Texas A&M. You always talk about them.
Don't. I went to college in Texas.
Yes, you went to college in Texas. Yes.
And she had a Texas A&M
And she had a Texas A&M shirt, and I made her throw it away when we got married. I was not having. She likes it because of the color, but I was not allowing that in my house. And she does have a Texas Longhorn hat too. She's a traitor. But I don't.
My roommate bought me a Texas A&M shirt.
I don't care.
LSU shirt, and we switched.
No, LSU.
Oh, what?
This is the LSU house. All right, so
I just gotta say,
what?
Both playing the LSU with you.
Yeah. All right, so with LSU traveling to Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher has been fired. Mike Elko takes over. Mike Elko was a great defensive coordinator at Texas A&M, and he won a lot of games at Duke. He turned that program around big time. So I believe Mike Elko will be a great coach at Texas A&M. I don't think they're winning any championship or anything like that right now. They did lose a lot of transfers, but they still have their great quarterback coming back, Connor Wegman. So they still got a dominant defense. So we'll see how Texas A&M season goes. But this game, I believe, is a trap game for LSU. It's the game before Alabama. So LSU could be looking ahead to Alabama this year. And I believe LSU might lose this game. Only because it's a trap game. Not because Texas A&M is more talented, but only because it's a trap game and LSU's playing at Texas A&M. I know LSU fans won't like to hear that, but that's just what I think. So what's the scores? What you said?
36-40.
And you said win, lose?
Oh, wait, hang on. I'm on the whole. I said they're gonna lose 44-48.
And then Crystal says LSU will lose 48-44. High scoring game, but LSU does get the loss. And what did I say?
You said they will lose 31-30.
And I said LSU loses 31-30. Probably on a last second field goal, and LSU might miss, or a last second field goal and Texas A&M makes it. That's what I'm thinking. Huh? I am not a traitor. I said it's a trap game. So, All right, and so y'all let me know what y'all think the score would be with that one. So at this point, I have LSU. I think at 7-1. Next game, Alabama, big time game. But is it really a big time game this year? Nick Saban's not there. Does anybody care? Transfers left. I forget the coach that took over Alabama. I know it's the guy from Washington, but his name slips my head. What is his name? Oh well. While Crystal looks it up, we'll talk a little bit about Alabama. They lost a lot of transfers. They do have Jalen Milroe back, which I don't think he's the greatest quarterback. He's okay, but I don't think he's gonna win no Heisman or anything. I think there's better quarterbacks in the SEC than Jalen Milroe. Um, Alabama doesn't have a great running back. Their receivers aren't that great. Offensive line still really good. Yeah, Kalen DeBoer. That's the That's the head coach for Alabama now from Washington. Well, I didn't. I don't. I don't keep up with Alabama that much, and I don't. I remember he came from Washington. I do, but I mean, I can't remember everything. But so yeah, Kalen DeBoer is the head coach. I don't know if Alabama's going to have the greatest year this year. LSU does get Alabama at home. I believe there's at least 3 games Alabama will lose, and I think one of them is going to be against LSU. What's the predictions here? Win, lose. Okay. Crystal says LSU will win against Alabama 32-30. Sounds good. And I said LSU will win 28-24. Close game, but I think LSU pulls it out at the end and probably scores the last second touchdown or something like that. But I think LSU pulls it out because LSU has Alabama at home this season. All right, so next game at Florida. Billy Napier at this point might be fired. He might not even be the coach at Florida this at this time of the year, depending on how he does. Yes, they can fire him at the middle of the season. Why not? She said that's not right, firing a coach in the middle of the season.
Why you just fire somebody in the middle of it?
Because he sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna fire him, you should fire him before the season.
Well, no, you don't know how he's gonna do. If he's 3-7 at this point, would you keep him?
You don't even let him finish the season.
You fire him and put another coach in there as an interim and see how he does for the rest of the season. If he does good, you give him the job or you start your coaching search. Well, that's how it works. But if Billy Napier is not the coach, LSU is not gonna have any trouble with Florida. Florida, they're not very talented. They're really not that put together. So I don't think LSU has trouble with Florida. So what was your prediction? Florida. And a win? Okay. Crystal says 30-28, LSU wins. That's a close game. And what did I say? And I said LSU wins 34-21. LSU just outscores Florida. Florida can't move the ball too well. LSU's defense playing better at this point of the season with Blake Baker. So LSU gets an easy win there. Next game. Vanderbilt. Not much to say about this except we took Vanderbilt's quarterback, A.J. Swan, in the transfer portal. So I don't know much about Vanderbilt. All I know is they don't have a good team. They're only in the SEC to help with academics. And that's all I can say about them. Let's just go into predictions here. Crystal says 45-18 in a blowout. And what did I say? And I say 41-10 over Vanderbilt. LSU gets the win. Yeah, mine's a blowout. They didn't even get past 10. That's how bad they are. Oh, they're pretty bad, yeah. So, yeah, you don't watch much college football. Yeah, you do like college baseball. You're gonna have to start watching college football.
I like baseball.
You're gonna be my co-host from now on.
I know,
So,
but I like baseball because
oh, okay.
football is too much.
Yeah, okay. All right. So LSU gets the win versus Vanderbilt. Let me know y'all predictions down below at this point of the season. Next game. And Oklahoma, that's the last game, right? Oklahoma comes into the SEC and plays LSU last game of the season. The reason they put Oklahoma the last game of the season is because LSU has no true rivalry. Alabama's a rival, Florida's a rival, Texas A&M is a rival. Everybody that LSU plays is pretty much a rival, at least those three teams. Ole Miss can be a rival, but they're trying to get LSU into a big-time rivalry game. And because Texas A&M is playing last game of the season, I believe. I didn't check their schedule, but I believe that's how it's working. They put LSU playing Oklahoma. Oklahoma is not a horrible team. Brent Venable did turn that team around last year. I think they went 10-2. They always gonna have a good defense. Their offense might not be consistent, but we'll see. I think LSU should get the win here too. So, what's the predictions here? Crystal says LSU. Oh, LSU wins 38-36. You like to get them to win by 2, huh? I think that's like the third or fourth game they win by 2. 38-36, Crystal says. And what did I say? And I say LSU wins 28-21 by a touchdown in a close, thrilling matchup versus Oklahoma. So that's our predictions for this season for LSU. Y'all let us know in the comments what y'all predictions are. What's my final record prediction? I have LSU going 11-1 in the season, and that should be good enough to either make the. I'm sure that should make the SEC championship and play in the college football playoffs because it is a 12-team playoff this year. And what was your record? And Crystal has them going 10-2, which isn't a bad record either. At 10-2, they may not play in the SEC championship game, but they should make a college football playoff appearance, probably as a number 10, 11th seed, probably. So that's our predictions. Y'all subscribe up to the channel. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. And until next time, see you later.